Let us continue yaar. I'm extremely sorry I had to get up in between. See, we did the social impact of globalization, Max Weber, Karl Marx, all of this we have done so far. All of such questions. उसके पहले what did we do? Social movement, social exclusion, science and religion, social dimensions of displacement, gender bias. Alright. Now we are on question number C. Examine the relevance of Parsonian social system in the present society. What is Parsonian? Parsonian is what Talcott Parsons says. Alright, what does Talcott Parsons says? Talcott Parsons says structural functionalism. Everything has a function and the structure has to be maintained. So he realized that social institutions allow for a structure which maintains social order and stability. Alright, all these systems and subsystems exist, which is relevant in political science, politics, which is relevant in economics, which is relevant in historical frameworks. Always a system existed. You take example of Mauryan Empire, पूरा systematic empire था. You take example of the Indus Valley civilization, very systematic. We find priest king, we find a ritualistic structure like the great bath. सब कुछ मतलब exist करता है. एक structure होता है, एक maintenance होती है, एक order होता है. ठीक है. प्रेजेंट सोसाइटी में कैसे रेलेवेंट है भाई ऑर्डर? डिसऑर्डर को अवॉइड करने के लिए रेलेवेंट है. तो लॉ एंड ऑर्डर होना चाहिए, एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस होने चाहिए. जो एक छोटा सा अनएजुकेटेड तो नहीं, अनअवेयर इंडिविजुअल है, 5 year old, वो स्कूल जाएगा तो एक स्ट्रक्चर के बारे में समझेगा कि थिंग्स हैपन लाइक दिस, पीपल बिहेव लाइक दिस, सोसाइटी फंक्शंस लाइक दिस, दिस इज डेमोक्रेसी, दिस इज एनार्की, दिस इज क्राइम, दिस इज लॉ, दिस इज ऑर्डर, आई हैव टू बी अ गुड इंडिविजुअल, सो आई हैव टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस फ्रेमवर्क. कनेक्शंस बिल्ड करेगा ना एक बच्चा शुरू से. व्हेन दिस person will go to school, this person will learn how people behave with each other. When I used to go to school, I did not know how to speak in English. I came from a very Hindi medium sort of school, wherein there was no communication in English. I knew how to write Hindi. I did not know how to write and speak in English, and I participated in debates in Hindi language. I realized that people of my school, when my school was changed into an English medium school, people of my school laughed at me. They mocked me and bullied me. So I realized the knowledge of English is important. I started reading a lot of literature when I was very young. I read about various plays which people read now in English literature, master's and bachelor's degree. I read a lot of poems. I wrote books. I wrote 4 books when I was in 10th standard because I realized knowledge of English is important. Knowledge of vocabulary is important. I read the dictionary, Oxford Dictionary. I see people rarely reading Oxford Dictionary these days, the students. They are not encouraged to read the Oxford Dictionary. They have such fluent terms. These days terms are changing. Everything they are formulating into a new Gen Z term. Alright. So when I suffered from my known lack of knowledge of English, I tried to improve. Then I saw that the society functions in such a manner. My nation is a democratic country. I started respecting my nationality. I had a sense of respect. Then I saw my school taught me that currency system works like this. Mahatma Gandhi is a respected figure in our country. I started respecting Mahatma Gandhi. This is the currency note here, his photo is there. I started respecting it. Then my society taught me that there are various, you can say, opportunities you can make use of for higher education. Then I took PCMB and all of that, and then I changed my stream to humanities, keeping core maths. So I saw that certain subjects like English and maths are very much respected. Certain subjects like the knowledge of, you can say, ICT is very much respected. Even you give the basic exam of SSC CGL, it will have what? ICT, computer science. You give any basic examination, CHSL also you will give, you will find ICT. Everywhere people are valuing what? The knowledge of computer science. People are valuing what? People are valuing your speaking skills. People are valuing your vocational knowledge. So Parsonian social system emphasized that a structure has to be maintained through education, a structure has to be maintained through family, a structure has to be maintained through government, a structure has to be maintained through laws, IPC, CRPC, Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, all of that. Alright. But when you will examine, you will also say that Parsonian's view is also a limited view. Why? Because it is oversimplification, yaar. Society is an interconnected system. Different sort of values are there. आप एक यू कैन से आप एक यूटेंसिल में नहीं डाल सकते हर चीज को. सोसाइटी है जी, इट कैन नॉट बी फिक्स्ड into one particular utensil, one particular form. It is dynamic. आप डालोगे वो ढलेगी नहीं. It is dynamic. It is not liquid. It is fluid, but it is not liquid or moldable. It changes. It is transforming. It is a living entity. Society is what? A living entity. Earlier society respected sati. Your husband dies, you also die. Earlier society respected dowry. You want to marry, you pay a price for marriage. Earlier society respected the division of labor. Today society is saying contribute to the economic activities. Today society is saying be a mature person. Do not indulge in dowry. It is absolutely prohibited by law. Why do you want dowry? When it comes to marriage, marriage is a connection of love, not a connection of monetary gains. Alright? Society is becoming mature. When people like us are coming into picture, when we are influencing the society, we are telling the society that this is wrong. Burning women is wrong. Why do you have to burn women? She deserves to live. She deserves to contribute. She deserves to be the best person. Ignorance was one of the drawback of his particular theory. He ignored other things like conflict, जो मार्क्स ने कंसिडर करा बहुत अच्छे से. His view was, limited to his own understanding of the world, not unlimited to the real understanding of the world. Talcott Parsons. Now we see illustrate the conflicts and tensions experienced by societies undergoing social change. Conflicts and tensions. See? Conflicts and tensions experienced by society undergoing social change. क्या conflict है society में? Migration. Because this influences a lot many other things. है ना? I missed all these questions. अरे यार. Anyways, let us do this first. We'll come back ऊपर, है ना? Migration. Polarization. Tension है. Social changes हो रहा है तो polarization भी हो रहा है. Cultural tensions हो रही हैं. You see cultural tensions between different groups, between minority and majorities. नहीं होना चाहिए, but they should love each other. They should consider each other. No one should be held vulnerable. Racism is a problem in society. Many societies are having this problem of racism. Many societies are having problem of generational gaps also. The Gen Z revolution which is happening in Nepal. Gender roles also lead to conflict and tensions, है ना? भाई social change कैसे होगा? जब आप सोसाइटी में जो लोगों के फंक्शंस हैं उनको चेंज करोगे. But people's functions are limited. Environment is changing. जलवायु परिवर्तन. Mention it here. Technology is changing. Jobs. People are saying that AI is taking away jobs. WEF is saying AI is taking away jobs. That is true, but it is also creating new ones. Opportunities are changing. Okay. Now what do we do? Let us do this. Critically examine cultural theories of suitable change with cultural theories of social change with suitable examples. Social change. What are the cultural theories of social change? Conflict theory is one cultural theory of social change. Conflict struggle is happening between the two groups, bourgeois and proletariats. Segregation is happening. Discrimination is there. Alright. Or functionalism is one theory which values the structure of the society and sees the changing conditions as a necessary adaptation to what is happening. Alright. Other examples, you can give examples of a lot of concepts when you talk about these theories. One theory is evolutionary theory, which talks about cultural evolution, like people are supporting more rights for women, more rights for LGBTQ+, more rights for environmental, you can say more rights for people connected to the environment, living in the sacred groves. All this is happening. One theory is feminism. You have cultural ecology theory in sociology. Again, I'm forgetting the name of the writer, but very nice thought she has given. Postmodernism. What is postmodernism? Postmodernism theories are, we all are theorists. We all are, you can say, masters of sociology, because we live in a society which is very connected to us. So politics, marginalized groups, all of these things we are also analyzing. Alright, so when we analyze, we talk about it, we say how fragmentation has to be avoided and how love and conflict shall prevail. Love and peace shall prevail. Not love and conflict. How love, peace and understanding shall prevail. So all these are theories. One theory is of interactionism, symbolic interactionism, behaviors, symbols, all of that you can talk about. You can talk about social facts also. By Emile Durkheim. Is religion antithetical to science? I was waiting for an interesting question like this. I get bored when a lot of theoretical questions come, because I have not gone through the theory of sociology. I have not read the any core book, but I am very interested in sociology. I have read S.C. Dubé, Indian Society. All these good books I have read. Some of the good books. I have read Communist Manifesto of Karl Marx. It was a very difficult to read book. I was telling you, I didn't know how to read English, but I learned it through time. And when I read Communist Manifesto, another set of evolution happened in my life, an evolution of literary understanding. So all of these books, when you read, good books also. See, Communist Manifesto is a good book. Arthashastra is also a good book. Then you talk about the Emile Durkheim books. That is also Emile Durkheim's Theory of Suicide. That is also a very good document. You go through it, you will be mesmerized by understanding that there are 4 types of suicide. Egoistic, and then when person is overly connected and influenced by society, when the society neglects a person, when the society tries to encourage a person, when the society tries to discourage a person, disorder, like the recent Sushant Singh Rajput case. So there are types of suicide that Durkheim analyzed with the prison records. So all the books you read, and you will be in a state of broader understanding, because everything relates to everything. Alright. See, is religion antithetical to science? Antithetical. What do you mean by antithetical? Firstly, if you do not understand the meaning of this word, you can see the Hindi translation also. But you should be knowing this basic word. है ना? क्या धर्म विज्ञान का प्रतिवादी है? What is प्रतिवादी? टिप्पणी कीजिए. Directly opposite. It means contrasting. So, like for example, I tell people, if I tell people that I believe in the existence of one God, then I tell people tomorrow that I believe in the existence of multiple gods. What I said yesterday is antithetical to what I am saying today. Alright. Thesis and antithesis. Alright. Opposition. Today I say that I prefer cold water. Tomorrow I say I prefer warm water. So my throat is not well. Tomorrow I am preferring warm water. I am being antithetical, alright, to my own stance. So this is what it is. Is it antithetical? No. I won't say religion is antithetical to science. Some people might say that certain religions, not certain religions, see, all religions are good. All religions are scientific. Any religion you take, any religious belief you take, it is scientific. It is scientific. All religious beliefs are associated with their own viewpoints, and all viewpoints are associated through a multi-dimensional understanding of nature and of human thought. Alright, so still some people say that religion, it is not scientific. So people take pride in being what? Atheists. Atheist. I was very inspired by Bhagat Singh's book. He says, "Why am I an atheist?" In his book, he writes that I believe in God. I know God is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. I believe in God. But I consider myself an atheist because my God and my definition of God is different. For me, religion is different. For him also, religion was science. For many people like me, religion is science. So we believe in religion. But religion has differing domains. Okay? Religion has certain gaps, which when you understand science, you understand in a better manner. You understand science also in a better manner. When you understand religion, you must be remembering ki, let it be. You must be remembering that all this democracy and all these processes are indeed influenced by religion. When we talk about a society, when we talk about a revolution, when we talk about starting from the Pleistocene era to the current era, all these ages, Mesolithic, Neolithic, Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, all of that is religion. How human believed in himself or herself, and that came through conscience. And conscience, when it is religion, it relates to your scientific thought and how you see the world. The Big Bang Theory, you can give an example. Alright, so religion has a lot of interpretations which can be viewed from a scientific point of view, and both coexist. Sometimes they come into conflict, but overall they coexist. Science believes in observable reality. Alright? Science believes in what? Observable reality. Religion believes in inbuilt reality. Religious values are acceptable by society. Scientific values are questioned by society. But what are science and religion? Science and religions are means. Science and religions are means humans have used or employed for personal and emotional fulfillment. Alright. Science encourages people to think that they are supreme. Religion encourages people to think that the Almighty have created them as a spiritual being, which means that yes, they are supreme, but they should understand world and act in an orderly fashion. Alright. Both of them are latent also. Both of them are visible also. Both of them are parallel also. Both of them are intersecting also. Alright. Understand things like this. In mathematics, we studied these lines: parallel lines, different equation, intersecting lines, unique solution, parallel lines, no solution. Understand things like this. Employ mathematics to subjects and you will love the subjects. I think we are over with it. We missed certain questions now. Here, question number 7. What is it saying? Evaluate how civil society and democracy mutually influence each other. This we are done. How do civil society and democracy mutually influence each other? Both of them are, see, civil society is what? Upholder of democracy, just like judiciary, executive, legislature is upholder of democracy. Civil society is also upholder of democracy. I'll tell you one very interesting thing. Karl Marx says that rulers who are bourgeois, they use civil society for their own means. They use civil society for their own personal interests to have more control over the proletariat so that they do not revolt. So in this way, Karl Marx supported the proletariats, but that is not the case. So civil society is a very independent organization or a very important framework for a country's democratic system, which questions and indeed tries to get the answers of what is happening at the political and economic frontier. Alright, democracy is not stable without civil society. Alright, so democratic values like no compromise, tolerance, and understanding and solidarity are developed by civil society in a particular country. They expose corrupt officials. Civil society is a vigilant organ of the government. Civil society is a very, you can say, citizen-centric organ of the government. It is to pursue the common interests of the population. It is for going against the abuse of power. Power should not be misused and abused. If you are powerful, you have to increase your responsibility. People think that I have to reach to the top so that I can abuse and I can become the best person ever. That should never be your ambition to reach to the top. You have to reach to the top so that you can value people more. You can understand their concerns more. You have to understand, you have to build a good society. You have to shake hands with people. Every person you have to understand, you have to value. If you do not love people, then there's no need for you to be at the top. You have to be understanding, you have to be devotional. There has to be a sense of devotion of service. When there's no devotion, there's no need for you to serve. Then you serve your own interests. But when there's a sense of devotion, then you become eligible to serve. Alright, then your responsibilities become the responsibilities which are of value. You should add value to the people. Alright, that is what democracy is. When leaders rise to add value to governance of the country, not when leaders rise to snatch power. Power is useless. Power is also artificial poverty. But what is permanent contentment? Permanent contentment is a sense, or you can say is a sense of fulfillment you get via service. Alright, is a sense of contribution. You should not aim for earning money, you should aim for earning blessings of people. Always, whenever you work, aim for earning the blessings of people. Be the best in your job. Even if you are selling a basic commodity, be the best. Try to be the most human person amongst the humans, and you will automatically understand what is the true meaning of democracy, what is the true meaning of civil society, and how both are important for the nation. Alright, become a person of virtues. People are filled with pursuing their own selfish interests. You will find many people running behind their own personal interests, but you run behind the general interests of the entire world. You try to make the world a better place. That is exactly when your existence will take its first step. You may keep making the world better place, your existence will start becoming more valuable. Otherwise, there are many people existing. Alright, there are many people existing, but the ones who truly live are the ones who live with a purpose. And the purpose has to be a higher purpose, a moral purpose. You must contribute. You must stand for what is just, what is honest, and what is best. Alright. Now see, examine the emerging trends in marriage and family as a response to changes in economic and social order. What are the changes in economic and social order, Ji? Demographic dividend is changing. Alright. Urbanization is happening. Individualism is rising. People are valuing themselves only. Modernity is taking place. Globalization has happened. Market structure is changing. Monopolistic competition is increasing in the market. Now I'm talking about economics, but it is very important for me to talk about it here because marriage and family is changing. Ji. Marriage is not the same. People do marriage for show off. Now I don't think people should do marriage for show off. No one should do marriage for show off. Marriage is an institution of love. It is an institution of sacred value. It is an institution of togetherness. It is an institution of social sustenance. Family is a place where life begins and love never ends. But economic and social order is changing. So family is also changing. Ji. My family also became from joint to nuclear. Many people's family is becoming from joint to nuclear, but I love joint family. Everyone loves joint family. Then why economic and social order is changing our families? Because people are moving towards a materialistic sort of life, which should never be the case. People should value an individual. People should value emotions. People should value people should not be empty. People should be filled with character and with virtues. Then the changes will happen for good. But we see people are filled with competition. People want to compete with each other. While I'm making this video, firstly I'm very confused about my optional. Alright, I don't know. This is not my optional. This is not my subject. This is a subject of my interest. I don't know whether I'll appear for UPSC or not in 2026. I don't know anything what I'm doing. But I have a sense of purpose that I should add to the lives of many people. Alright, I have a sense of responsibility for my family. So I will do good to the society even if I am not able to maximize my I will maximize my potential, not my resources, not my capital. I don't want to maximize my capital. I want to live a very simple life. Just a very simple life. Do roti sort of life. But I want to live with purpose. But people are chasing money, so family is shifting. Symmetrical shifts are happening. You can say women who love cooking have to go and work. Women who love art and creativity have to participate in competitive ventures. Women who love weaving and making jewelry have to participate in business meetings, which is useless for them. They focus on their work and they will increase in their posture. Like I am a person who loves to participate in literature, who loves to take part in what is happening in the world of poets and authors. But what do I do in this case? Can I keep writing books and theories like Karl Marx? If I keep on doing that, will I be able to add potential value to my country? Will I be able to become a better individual? No. In order to become better, I have to step in the world of different people chasing different goals. So I have to learn to survive. And these days I am only learning how to survive, because things are never perfect. You have to learn and make them perfect. When existential questions come, you have to learn how to accommodate things and put things in place. And that happens when you focus on your individual work. But what is happening in society? I am talking with respect to question. I am not diverted. Decline in fertility rates is happening. Why couples want fewer children? Of course, they want fewer children because if 2 children are there, they can add on value to those 2 children. But they also have limited resources and they also have limited time. Can you analyze this? The concept of clock time in factories. people are delaying marriage. Is this good for with respect to biological with respect to the biological features of a human entity? No. Marriages should not be delayed, but marriages are being delayed. Due to delay in marriages, is crime rate increasing in society? Yes, it is increasing. Are people using dating apps in society? Yes, they are using dating apps. Such a foolish thing this is. Such a rubbish thing this is. Love is a concept which is beyond comprehension of a person who chases personal interests. But people are chasing people. This is bad. This is how marriage and family is being influenced by economic and social order. People are changing. Their concepts are not clear about life. People are running behind their own fancies. They don't understand the harsh realities of the society. And that is why, and that is what you are going to write. An individual, because of the changes in economic and social order, is getting influenced, and the individual institutions like marriage and family are getting negatively influenced. All right, you can mention empty shell marriages in which spouses do not feel strong attachment to each other, and they keep the marriage together because of societal pressures. कि और कोई ये नहीं सोचे कि हमारी मैरिज टूट गई है. सोसाइटी को दिखाने के लिए दे कीपिंग देयर मैरिज अलाइव. व्हाट इज मैरिज? मैरिज इज two souls coming together philosophically. Marriage is two individuals coming together to maintain social order and have a progeny as per the society. But what is happening? People are forced to live in the marriages. Alright? Family system is changing. Children have to make decisions. Parents are not valuing their own family and valuing materialistic interests. All this is the problem of the society. These are not personal problems. These are problems from sociological point of view. You can write all this. Now critically examine the role of civil society in democracy. As we talked about civil society, it is a very important institution in a democracy which sustains democracy. Civil society leads to number one, empowerment. Individuals feel empowered. It leads to socialization. Alright, civil society socializes individuals because they share public opinion, they respect the diversity. Society indeed becomes a bit inclusive because of civil society. Alright, it leads to representation of different views. They represent their interests. Civil society leads to unbiased understanding. Alright, civil society leads to awareness. Role of civil society in a democracy. Civil society helps media in functioning rightly. Civil society values individual agency in decision making. ये नोटा and all of this outcome of civil society. Alright. Civil society leads to cooperation between government and citizens. Cooperation. Alright. It leads to teamwork. It leads to resilience. What is the problem now with this case? Civil society is good but not always transparent. Alright? It is not always transparent. हमेशा सिविल सोसाइटी ट्रांसपेरेंट नहीं होती. सिविल सोसाइटी कैन फंक्शन अगेंस्ट द गवर्नमेंट ऑल्सो. Civil society can be influenced by things which are happening outside the globe, like hybrid warfare. Alright. Civil society is a fragmented institution. Civil society can promote division in society. Divisiveness. Alright. Civil society can perpetuate biases also. It is an unbiased institution, but it can perpetuate biases. Civil society wastes time of decision makers. Civil society is ingenuine institution wherein no one holds accountability and everyone argues for something better. Civil society is elitist society. Civil society is an society which values only certain individuals. Alright, values only certain individuals. Civil society values rights but ignores duties. Very important point. Alright, all of these points you can write. Then you can give your solutions also. इंक्लूसिविटी होनी चाहिए. बिना सिविल सोसाइटी के देश का क्या ही होगा. ज़रूरी है. सारे इंस्टीट्यूशंस जो भी अपन पढ़ेंगे ना पॉलिटिकल साइंस में सब ज़रूरी है. एवरीथिंग इज एसेंशियल. ऑलराइट, एवरी सिंगल इंस्टीट्यूशन इज एसेंशियल to exist, because what is important in a democracy, what is important in a society, what is important in economics is the people have to be sovereign जी. इकोनॉमिक्स में हम पढ़ते तो सारे फॉर्म्स ऑफ मार्केट है. ऑलिगोपॉली भी पढ़ ली, मोनोपोलिस्टिक कंपटीशन पढ़ लिया, चैम्बरलेन का मॉडल पढ़ लिया, मोनोपोली पढ़ ली. अपन ने परफेक्ट कंपटीशन जब अपन ने पढ़ा ना तब अपन को रियल अच्छे से फील होता है कि कैसे एक इंडिविजुअल इंपॉर्टेंट है. पर फिर एंड में पता है क्या बोलते हैं, परफेक्ट कंपटीशन इज अ मिथ. ऐसा तो एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करता है परफेक्ट कंपटीशन जिसमें इंडिविजुअल इतना सॉवरेन हो कि मार्केट प्राइसेस इंडिविजुअल के हिसाब से गिरा दे. नहीं एग्जिस्ट करता है. डेमोक्रेसी इज नॉट अ मिथ, डेमोक्रेसी इज अ रियलिटी. सो डेमोक्रेसी हैज टू बी वैल्यूड. कैसे वैल्यू करोगे डेमोक्रेसी की? सिविल सोसाइटी से. ऑलराइट, परफेक्ट कंपटीशन इज ऑल्सो अ रियलिटी, इट हैज टू बी वैल्यूड. और जब परफेक्ट कंपटीशन होगा ना, और जहां परफेक्ट कंपटीशन होगा वहां पीपल विल बी हैप्पी. What matters to you as a civil servant, what matters to me as an individual, what should matter to everyone is this: people should become happy ji. This smiley is very important. When people are not happy, there's no need for us to exist. Alright, we exist for their happiness. This is why we read such subjects. I think we have done a lot. Alright, now we move towards the paper number 2 of 2013. Let us start. Definition of class. See, I do not know anything. I cannot say I do not know anything, but I do not know much about this. Still, I'll tell you. See what class is. Class is a group of people. Class is what? A group of people who have a particular level of control. Society is divided into classes: rich, poor, middle class, all of that, who have a particular control in an economic system and in means of production. So Henri Bettele, alright, Henri Bettele said that, Henri Bettele said that class is divided as per positions and social hierarchy. Alright, what did he believe? He believed that social, economic and political dynamics cause classes to change constantly over time. Which means that as society changes, classes also changes. He was actually a French-born Indian sociologist who wrote a book, Class, Caste and Power. The changing patterns of classification or the changing patterns of stratification in a Tanjore village, which is regarded as a seminal work. See, class is very essential in determining how two things are distributed: resources and power. The distribution has to happen, class will make it happen in an easy manner, in a broad fashion. Cultivators are a class, landowners are a class, agricultural laborers are a class. Alright, this is high class, this is low class. So, cultural, socio-economic category is a class. They are characterized by high standard living. There are white collar workers, there are blue collar workers, there are blue collar workers, white collar workers, golden collar workers. Alright, this is our class. M.N. Srinivas's concept of westernization. See, this is a compulsory question, if I'm sure. This is a compulsory one. Other backward classes पे नोट लिखने को बोल दिया 2013 में. See, short note on OBC. Do you think there can be any question which can be easier than this question for you? Like, I am a general category candidate. a very typical, simple, middle class, general category candidate. But I have read how OBC came into being. When I read about, when I read in political science that, as far as I remember, I don't remember fully, but there was a survey which happened, and OBCs came into being. Uh, when did that survey happen? Uh, I'm unable to recall, but there was a committee, which was constituted, and this survey happened in 19 somewhere. मंडल कमीशन है ना, हाँ मंडल कमीशन in 1970s है ना, somewhere in 1970s this survey happened and OBCs were classified. So there was case also, Indira Savane versus Union of India. Then OBCs have a creamy layer, a non-creamy layer. All right. Then they have reservation. Non-creamy does not have reservation. Creamy has no. Creamy does not. Non-creamy has somewhere reservation. So they get some 27% of the jobs and something like that. There's a national commission also for them, for backward classes, which was constituted by 102 CA है ना, 102 if I'm not wrong. Yeah, 102. But they still face social prejudice and inequality and access to resources, which you can write. Alright, because you are a student of sociology, you must be knowing a lot about this and all of these things. है ना? Why am I saying they face discrimination? भाई नाम में लिखा है बैकवर्ड, भले अदर हो, बड़े क्लासेस हो, ये तो पता ही है ना तुमको. तो नाम में बैकवर्ड लिखा है मतलब हाँ कुछ तो है गड़बड़ी. उस गड़बड़ी को ही अपन को हाईलाइट करना है कि दे आर डिसएडवांटेज इन टर्म्स ऑफ एजुकेशन, सोशल स्टेटस, इकोनॉमी. दे आर situated between upper classes. Like I am a general category candidate, I am a Kshatriya person. Which means I own a lot of resources? No, I do not own any resources. I belong to a very middle class family. Alright, OBCs own lesser resources, as it is said. See, we live in a multi-diverse society wherein resource ownership is in proportional to what is actually the ground reality. Of course, when it comes to giving jobs, when it comes to giving educational opportunities, when it comes to giving support and aid, the government should always support disadvantaged. But as an individual, I have the access to internet. So even if I was born in a family which is scheduled caste or scheduled, you can say some underprivileged family, underprivileged, alright. हाँ, I have access to internet. अगर मैं underprivileged भी होती तो भी मैं कोई reservation नहीं लेती. I would never have taken the use of reservation. I would have explicitly said भाई general category candidate हूँ, क्योंकि internet है मेरे पास. I can access anything. I can become best. I can become better. अगर इंटरनेट नहीं होता तो मेरे पास बुक्स हैं जी. मान लो तुमने मुझसे सारी किताबें भी छीन ली तो मेरे पास ऑब्जर्वेशनल टैक्टिक्स है. मैं ऑब्जर्व करूंगी, मैं समझूंगी. आई विल ट्राई टू बिकम बेटर. आई विल ट्राई टू इम्प्रूव माई ओन पोटेंशियल. बिकॉज इफ यू गिव मी, like if this is the standard, all right, if I have to reach here, all right, at the finish line to win, and right now I am here, all right, if I tell you I am not that privileged, you say okay, you come and stand here. Now other people will run from here, you run from here, all right, you run from here, other people will run from here. These are people like me, and this person, if that person is not like me, will become very happy. Arey wah, I will run from here and I will win the race. But as a person, I will never become happy ji. I always, even if the race is there, I am the kind of person who would always prefer to run from, if everyone is running from here and I am the person, what do I prefer? I prefer to run from here, this place. Other people I know will try to reach more than me. But if I run from back, I will try to maximize my potential ji. I will try to be the best. So give me challenges. That is how a life should be. It should be filled with challenges. It should not be filled with reservations. Alright, I'm not saying कि उनको अपन को मौका नहीं देना चाहिए. They should get equal opportunities. Yes, they should get equal access to internet, equal access to resources, equal access to reservations also. They should get the access. They should get those jobs which they deserve. But they should also compete. कंपटीशन की स्पिरिट नहीं मरनी चाहिए. मेरिट इज इम्पॉर्टेंट. इक्वल फ्रंट पे लड़ो. मेरिट इज इम्पॉर्टेंट. सो दिस इज वॉट आई एम गिविंग यू माई पर्सनल एग्जाम्पल. I would never have made use of reservations. Neither I consider government exams as very good format. There are other formats also to contribute to the nation. Like, you can contribute to literature, you can contribute to art, you can contribute to science, you can contribute to music, you can contribute to cinema. These are also ways of national contribution, not just government jobs. So if a person is coming for a government job, the person should absolutely forget. If a person is coming for a government job, a person should absolutely forget his or her value, his or her value identity. A person should value national identity. Alright, not personal identity. A person should value entire society's interests and should forgive all the personal interests. I see many people. We have recently seen the Pooja Khedkar case. Alright. We have recently seen the Pooja Khedkar case. है ना? What did she do? She valued her personal interest, stood here in the race, ran fast, won. पूरे जो भी सही में जो भी अंडर प्रिविलेज लोग हैं जिनको ज़रूरत है स्टेट की एड की, उन लोगों का क्या हुआ? उन लोगों को वो रिस्पेक्ट ही कहाँ मिलेगी अब when these things are happening? Okay, they are underprivileged, they are getting the opportunity to work for the nation. You are getting such a brilliant opportunity that you are standing here in a race. You are standing here in a race or here in a race where people are standing here. You are standing ahead of them. Okay, this is your opportunity. Make use of it. Otherwise, be back, run, and when you run, you will understand how hard it is to get the opportunity to serve the nation. What one must value is public interest. What one must value is societal interest and national interest, not personal interest. Alright. So OBC we were talking about. अच्छा, इसमें आप M.N. श्रीनिवास की संस्कृताइजेशन को भी मेंशन कर सकते हो, विच इज़ अ रिलेटेड थ्योरी टू सोशियोलॉजी. इसमें आप डेविड हार्डग्रेव को भी मेंशन कर सकते हो. इसमें आप ओबीसी कैटेगरी को अच्छे से डिस्क्राइब कर सकते हो कि ये एक होमोजीनियस कैटेगरी नहीं है, ये एक हेट्रोजीनियस कैटेगरी है. इसमें भी डिफरेंसेस और इनइक्वालिटीज़ विद इन द ग्रुप एग्जिस्ट करते हैं. ठीक है, ये सब अच्छी तरीके से आप कह सकते हो इस आंसर में. M.N. श्रीनिवास के कंसेप्ट ऑफ वेस्टर्नाइजेशन पे भी आर देयर. सी दिस क्वेश्चन ऑल्सो. सत्यशोधक मूवमेंट, वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. M.N. श्रीनिवास की किताब क्या थी? अभी अपन ने आंद्रे बेतेली की भी किताब की बात की. उसकी किताब का नाम था क्लास, कास्ट एंड पावर, चेंजिंग पैटर्न्स ऑफ स्ट्रैटिफिकेशन इन तांजोर विलेज. M.N. श्रीनिवास की किताब का नाम था सोशल चेंज इन मॉडर्न इंडिया. और M.N. श्रीनिवास की स्टडी जो थी वो संस्कृताइजेशन पे बेस्ड थी. वो क्या था, G.S. गुरे तो इंडोलॉजी की स्टडी करते थे. M.N. श्रीनिवास सोशल स्ट्रक्चर की स्टडी करने लगे. कुर्ग्स में उनने स्टडी की, कुर्ग्स ऑफ साउथ इंडिया. ऑलराइट, कुर्ग्स ऑफ साउथ इंडिया. इनने तांजोर में स्टडी की, इनने कुर्ग में स्टडी की. कुर्ग में everyone is allowed to carry the guns. Our famous field marshal belonged from here, the second field marshal of India. So M.N. Srinivas believed that westernization increased education, science and technology. Alright. But M.N. Srinivas was also a critique of westernization. He said that westernization has led to loss of Indian traditional value system. भाई पीपल की हैबिट और लाइफस्टाइल ही चेंज हो गया वेस्टर्नाइजेशन की वजह से. लोग अलग ही कल्चरल कंटेक्स्ट को अडॉप्ट करने लग गए हैं, जैसे कि लोग मटीरियलिस्टिक हो गए हैं। ये सब बोला एम एन श्रीनिवास ने वेस्टर्नाइजेशन को लेके। एम एन श्रीनिवास ने अच्छे से एनालाइज किया कि इंडियन सोसाइटी में और कल्चर में पिछले 150 साल में क्या चेंजेस हुए हैं। एक सेकेंड, आई जस्ट कम। Yes, where were we? M.N. Srinivas. Westernization. All of this you will say ना. Apart from that, एक और किताब है यार एम एन श्रीनिवास की, द रिमेम्बर्ड विलेज। एक किताब है सोशल चेंज इन मॉडर्न इंडिया, सोशल चेंज इन मॉडर्न इंडिया। दूसरी किताब है द रिमेम्बर्ड विलेज। According to Srinivas, he distinguished between western and non-western cultures also. इसकी स्टडी को पूरा अपन डिटेल में कर सकते हैं, इनकी स्टडी को पूरा अपन डिटेल में समझ सकते हैं। एक और किताब है योगेंद्र सिंह की, regarding the structural changes in India and westernization. Alright, you can write about all these books also, and you can write about the perfect definition of M.N. Srinivas on westernization, which I am not including here. Alright, now see Satyashodhak movement of Mahatma Jyotiba Phule. What was the name of his wife? Savitribai Phule. Alright, it also has a university in Pune near Ferguson's College, Savitribai Phule University. Very good university. See, Satyashodhak Samaj was what? Truth Seeker Society. It was a social reform society founded by Jyotiba Phule in Pune. All of this is located in Pune. Alright. He fought against what caste-based inequalities on oppression, that Dalit and other members of lower caste had to suffer. He recognized the value of education in uplifting the masses. Yes, upper classes were very dominant at that time when Jyotiba Phule fought for the rights of the lower classes, of the lower castes and minorities. Satyashodhak Samaj was a form of Dalit assertion and resistance in early times. And he talked about what? He talked about collective action. Alright, so that discrimination and oppression does not happen, people are educated, equality prevails, and the movement's goal is sustained.